Good evening. Tonight, we're tracking a developing story where geology and geopolitics have collided with, well, seismic force. An event deep within the Earth is now sending shockwaves across the globe, raising a question that has everyone from intelligence agencies to people on social media asking the same thing.
And that's the big question, isn't it? A tremor shakes a highly volatile region, but in today's atmosphere of intense suspicion and high-stakes diplomacy, the line between a natural event and a clandestine act can become dangerously blurred. So let's get into the facts of what happened.
The story begins right here. On February 1st, the ground began to shake in Iran. And these weren't just localized tremors. They were reportedly felt as far away as Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and even the United Arab Emirates. But it wasn't just the shaking that grabbed the world's attention, it was the location.
Okay, let's break down the hard numbers as we know them. Seismologists registered the event at a 5.2 magnitude on the Richter scale. Now, that's significant, for sure, but not necessarily catastrophic. The crucial point, though, the detail that has ignited all of this global speculation, lies in its epicenter. And here is that critical detail. The Quake's center was pinpointed just 5 kilometers from the Bushehr nuclear power plant. Now, this isn't just any facility. It's the absolute crown jewel of Iran's civil nuclear program, and that proximity makes the seismic event a matter of immediate international concern. To really understand why, we need to take a closer look at Bushehr itself. So, what is the Bushehr plant, and why is it so critical to Iran's national strategy? Well, it's far more than just a power station. It's really a symbol of national ambition, of technological prowess, and it's a key piece on the entire geopolitical chessboard. Located right on the Persian Gulf, Bushehr is Iran's very first civil nuclear power plant. It was developed with Russian help, and it's officially presented to the world as a peaceful energy project. It's a huge point of national pride, and importantly, it operates under the inspection of the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, which is supposed to safeguard its stated purpose. Its primary function, of course, is power generation. The plant has a capacity of 1,000 megawatts. That electricity feeds directly into Iran's national grid, helping to meet the country's ever-growing energy demands. But its value extends far beyond just electricity. And you can see that strategic importance right here. By generating this much power, Iran saves an estimated 1.6 million tons of oil every single year, oil that can then be exported for foreign currency. On top of that, it also produces carbon-free electricity and desalinates water, an absolutely vital resource in such an arid region. So any threat to Bushehr is a direct threat to Iran's economy and its infrastructure. But this event, this quake, it didn't happen in a vacuum. It landed right in the middle of a much larger and frankly more dangerous picture. It occurred against a backdrop of escalating threats and a deep, deep-seated mistrust between Iran and the West. And this is the context that is pouring gasoline on the fire. Just 3 weeks before the earthquake, a stark warning, reportedly from the Iranian government, sent a chill right through the international community. This statement is a key reason why a 5.2 magnitude tremor is being interpreted by some as something far more sinister. Which brings us to the core of the conflict, a fundamental divide in perspective. On one side, Iran maintains its nuclear program is solely for peaceful energy and national development. But on the other, many Western nations, particularly the United States and Israel, fear it's a covert path to developing nuclear weapons, which would create a severe proliferation risk in an already volatile region. But there is another, far more straightforward explanation for the events of February 1st. And to understand it, we don't look at geopolitics, but at geology. We need to look at the very ground beneath Iran itself. We have to consider a simple scientific fact. Iran is situated in one of the world's most seismically active zones, a place where several tectonic plates converge. Earthquakes are not an anomaly here. They are a frequent and often destructive reality for its people. I mean, just look at this. The country is crisscrossed by major fault lines. With an estimated 90% of its landmass being seismically active, Iran has a long and tragic history of devastating earthquakes. This geological reality provides a powerful, evidence-based counter-narrative to all the speculation of a nuclear test. So this leaves us with 2 competing stories, 2 starkly different interpretations of the very same event. One is born from scientific data, the other from political tension.
It really is a classic case of fact versus fear.
So let's break it down. You have narrative one, the test, that this was a secret nuclear detonation, maybe timed and placed to be dismissed as a natural event, all of it fueled by those recent threats. Then you have narrative two, the tremor, that this was simply another earthquake in a country that experiences thousands of them, and its significance has just been amplified by the tense political climate and the viral nature of social media. And this is the question we leave you with tonight. When mistrust is high and the stakes are nuclear, the very ground beneath our feet can feel uncertain. The real challenge becomes discerning the seismic shift of the Earth from the political tremors of our own making. So what's the real source of the instability? The fault lines in the rock or the fault lines between nations?